Still at Red Mill. This is a this is a pig of a fish for sure.
Not a lot of them, but we've got two nice ones like this.
Yeah, this is the size of fish when you get out with this early spring that you can expect to catch. See the size of those? Their bellies on them, a lot of eggs. This is what we're catching this time of year. Good 5 and 6 pound plus fish.
Yeah.
I brought the rattle trap right by it and he hit it. But they're all,
nice.
The last two have hit right off of the roots. Oh, there she goes. I'll slow right down into the roots of the king. About 6 inches. So the fish that we're hitting in at the shore and in on shallow structure, they've completely abandoned that structure. So what we decided to do was move offshore into deeper water, and sure enough, right here it produced a nice bass. This one weighs almost 5 pounds because of the eggs. She'll swim away. There she goes. Now, let me tell you a little bit about what's happened. We haven't changed baits, but like you might have heard me say, what's happened? We were here 2 days ago. The water was, I'd say, about 1.5 feet lower than it normally is anyway. Now, 2 days later, we come back, and they've dropped it another 6 inches, making our water we were catching them in that was about 1.5 feet. Now it's almost less than a foot. The fish just don't seem to be in it. So what we're just beginning to do is to move offshore, work the mouths of the coves that the fish were in the last time we were here, and right away it produced that fish. So hopefully we figured out the pattern and we'll show you a few more.
Terminator spinner baits, crankbaits, and some Senkos.
Neither one of us have ever fished this lake. Today what we're gonna do today is show you how you catch bass in the springtime on a lake that you've never been to. First thing we're doing, I'm driving around the whole perimeter of the lake. We've never seen it. We're looking at the depth. We're looking at different water temperatures already. It was 48 down there. Now we're into 50-degree water. So we're going to look at depth, water temperature. We're looking obviously for visual cover, things, good spots we see. Here we've got a point. And then what we'll do is make a decision and we'll work it. And every time we catch a fish, we'll let you know where we caught it, when we caught it, and on what. So we'll see what we can do today. Hopefully we'll prove to you that you can go to any lake there is and catch a fish. That one's the first one that's of any relevant size that came out of wood. Now it is wood that's up here with all the lily pads, but just a little stretch of bank, show them right here, that's a little barren. No pads, just some sticks, and I threw it right in the wood, and he came out of it, out of the next log down, and I bet if I went back I could get one out of the other log. These are smaller fish.
That's the males.
They're the males that are waiting in there for the females that are out in the lily pads. Terminator spinnerbait, chartreuse and white. His is golden shiner. Mine has Oklahoma blades, which are a round blade. He's using the willow leaf blades, which is a little bit, gives a little more flash, not quite as much vibration. Idea is to work the bait as erratic as you can. Throw it out in the lily pads, kind of shake it, twitch it, then stop it, let it fall, let it flutter down a little bit, and then pick it up again and pull and real fast. Just anything to make it look erratic. You don't want to just throw it out and reel it. Here we go, Steve Von Brandt. Now not too far away. Took us about 5 or 10 minutes, but we only moved, what, 20 yards?
Yeah. Nice.
Decent sized mound. Okay, let's not disturb them here. Let's get back and get another one. Not quite big enough for a still picture, but almost. We'll get a bigger one.
There you go, look.
Look at him. Swimming away live to be caught another day.
As we were down in the lower end of the lake working all the wood and the shallower pads down there. We tried it with several different kinds of lures. We couldn't get one single hit in the lower end of the lake. We came back up here. We weren't even here 3 minutes. And I picked this up immediately again. Another nice one. It weighs 3 pounds. It's only the length of a 2.5 pound bass, but it's loaded with food. Feels like there's eggs in that too. That's a female.
Moto Ica. It's their version of a tube. But the only thing that makes it different is, again, the salt content like all Gary Yamamoto baits. Plus it has a really fat head. It almost looks like a Senko, but then it turns into a skirted tail, and I'm using one of the new Lake Fork Tackle tungsten weights, which are a great weight to flip plastics with. Just sassafras.
We went right back into the docks again. We pulled 3 of them out of here, almost the same size.
This is my 4th bass. all of them were over 3 pounds, and obviously this is the biggest so far at about 5.
Yeah, that's 5 1/4 even because of the weight of it now.
Yes, it is.
So
I fish limit to about 15 pounds now. Got a 5-pounder, 3 3-pounders, and then this one on them. It's, you know, just a tube. It's a Yamamoto tube. It's called the Ika.
it's like a Senka with a tail.
Weight, slip weight. Hold them. Take the bait. The fish are actually holding on these pylons that are on the docks. What they do is get behind them when the current picks up. They sit right behind the pylon because they can get out of the current there. It's like, forms like an eddy, like you have in some stream. Take the bait and you put it right next to it. Let it sink, kind of lift it, shake it a few times. If they don't hit it within first couple shakes, bring it right back in, flip it in on the other side.
There we go.
First week of March, red meal, been fishing all day with rattle traps, crankbaits, and spinnerbaits. Been really had a tough time.